Welcome back. As always, I'm here with shortcuts to help you play guitar, sing, record, and sound great doing it. So today's guitar discovery is what I call the F-hole feedback fix. So if you've ever played a hollow body or a semi-hollow electric with F-holes, and you've played live or even rehearsed with your band, chances are you've had feedback issues. So that happens when audio frequencies from your amp or your sound system build up in the room and start the guitar woofing with too much bass or maybe howling in the mid or high frequencies. I mean, we all love good vibes, but too many vibes mean feedback. And it's going to be a hassle for you. It's a bad experience for the audience. So today I want to share a foolproof feedback fix for hollow and semi-hollow guitars. So stick around. I'm going to let you in on this simple discovery. So why is feedback so common with hollow and semi-hollow electrics? I mean, feedback happens when sound waves outside the guitar enter the F-holes and then vibrate the top with sympathetic vibrations and resonances from both sides. So the top, the bridge, and the strings can all start vibrating, and that can create feedback. So in general, F-hole style guitars with tops from a solid piece of wood, which this is, and I have a Heritage H575 with a solid maple top. Those are going to be more prone to feedback than a laminate top like a Gibson ES175, for example. There's something about the layered wood that can help decrease the vibrations that cause feedback. But basically every hollow and semi-hollow electric is going to feedback more than most solid body guitars. Now, I happen to be someone who loves to play hollow bodies live. I just love the look of these things. I love the F-holes. I love the tone. And I've learned over the years that every venue is different with these unpredictable resonant frequencies. It depends on the stage position, it depends on the walls, the ceiling, the sound system. So as soon as I hear feedback, I do the obvious things and I try to move my body. Or I'll move the guitar, I might move the amp, I might move the speakers, but that doesn't always solve it. And so if I'm still having feedback issues, I try the typical sound engineer tricks. So for example, I'll use a combination of volume and tone or EQ to try to scoop out or notch out problem frequencies, right? But the thing is, I really hate doing that because volume and EQ change the tone of the guitar, and I always lose something of that unique character that I love. So I was faced with that issue. How can I decrease or even eliminate this F-hole feedback? Hey, real quick, before I answer that, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell so you'll know when new videos come out. Okay, one feedback solution is literally taping over the sound holes. You got to do multiple layers to block as much sound as possible. So I've done that, and the tape helps, but it looks nasty, and it can damage the finish depending on the kind of tape and how long you leave it stuck to the guitar. Let's see, other methods. Legend has it Jack White stuffed foam in the F-holes of his old K arch top. Assuming that's true, I'm guessing it reduced the feedback, but it probably changed the guitar's tone too. I've seen people push t-shirts or towels into the F-holes. I've even seen some people put a balloon inside, blow it up and inflate it to block the holes. Pretty creative. So each of those techniques do decrease feedback, but they're also going to change the guitar's tone. And I will say, for me, those approaches, taping and all that stuff, they're just a little too weird and kludgy to be practical. So I was on the Friends of the Archtop Guitar Facebook group. I was mingling with people who are like me, who play hollow and semi-hollows live. And someone brought up the ongoing struggle with feedback. And then another person casually just said, try Doug's plugs. I was like, what? So I found DougsPlugs.com. I'm going to put a link in the description. And I found out that for $60 plus about $7 postage, a guy named Doug Turner in Winchester, Kentucky, will make you a pair of custom crafted foam plugs that fit your F-holes perfectly. The claim is they're going to block most of the sound waves that cause feedback without really affecting the look of your guitar. In fact, most people would never notice them. I should mention that when I was looking for Doug's plugs, I also discovered there are other people making similar plugs. There's a company called Effits in the UK, for example, F-ITS. I recently switched to playing this 3-pickup 1965 Harmony Rocket H59 as my main live guitar. So this is a solid top hollow body, and I have no doubt it's going to feedback like crazy at gigs. So I decided to be proactive and invest in a custom pair of Doug's plugs. So when you place an order, you're going to see that Doug already has over 400 guitar models in the pull-down menu. So if your model's there, you're in luck. You can order on the spot. Unfortunately, the Harmony Rocket was not in the list, so that meant I had to take a rubbing and send it along with my order. So I followed Doug's instructions. It took me about 30 minutes. I had to take off the pick guard, and then I mailed him the rubbings. Now, I asked him about this. I said, hey, can't I just email or send a PDF? But he said no, because the electronic translation can change the rubbing size, and the fit just needs to be perfect. All right, so I sent those in. It's been just over 2 weeks, and the plugs for my Harmony just arrived from Doug Turner. Let's check out how they fit. So my Doug's plugs came in this little box right here, and got plugs in my hand there. There's an instruction sheet and a receipt. And then when I unroll this, what I find is the essentials. So what do I got here? I've got the 2 Doug's plugs. That's what this is all about. I've got an emery board in case I need to work on them at all and size them down to fit. And then he sent a few business cards, which he says, keep them in your guitar case so you can tell people when they ask. What I also saw here is that he's marked these so that there's an N where at the neck end, and then a B at the bridge end of your Doug's plug. So this one, because of that, presumably will go in this spot. I'm not even going to push it in very hard right now. Just put it there gently. And then this is the other one, bridge end, neck end. Now this one has to fit under the pick guard, and he has some instructions about that. He says you may even want to cut that particular one off. So at any rate, mine fit perfectly. And if I just kind of gently press them in, I mean, you can take a look at this. Let me get it up close to you so you can see. That's what it looks like. You can tell that, I mean, you know, how would someone react to that if they saw you playing from a distance, right? I mean, this one I've got sitting up a little high. It would actually go in deeper. But you can see, most people aren't even going to think about it. And talk about effectively blocking the vibrations that would be coming in from outside the guitar. There is nothing getting in. There's a lip on the top of this that would prevent darn near all the vibrations. So here I am, proud owner of some Doug's plugs, and I know I'm not going to really have feedback issues anymore. Sweet. All right, so there is today's discovery, the feedback fix for F-hole guitars. They're just simple foam plugs called Doug's plugs. I think they're a killer solution for people like me who just love the tone and look of an F-hole guitar on stage, but are sick of dealing with feedback, which I have been for years. All right, please visit guitardiscoveries.com for more videos to help you play guitar, sing, record, and sound great doing it. You'll also find a link to support my work on Patreon. Super appreciate that. And some links to my music and recordings. It all comes down to that. You know, if you go and listen to some of my music, that would mean the world to me. All right, happy discovering. See you next time.